welcome to my new series for inventions. And the reason why I'm adding a new series is because I've got 100 views on my show. Yes, I'm so happy about that. 100 views is amazing. Alright, so let's begin. And today I'm going to be giving you household tips and information and good stuff you want to know when you go and build your house with redstone. So let me go and show you the basic idea of what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is basically a switch that controls all your lights and you can turn them on and off. And we're going to be connecting this to something which I always do in my server, which is called City Power. And basically we connect this to some sort of power source. And basically it acts like if the power source goes off, all the houses in the world turn off. So as you can see, basically this is as if this is the power source. It comes from this lever. Right? And this is the household lever, so you press that on and it turns on, right? And basically the city power, when the city power goes off, that goes off. And this is useless. The light doesn't turn on. And basically it does work only when the city power is on, and you can easily just turn it back on and off when the city power is controlled. Now, different ways you can bring power from a torch up is either in the basic way, which you just zigzag redstone up, or you can use redstone flip torches. Basically, you put a torch down, and that is going to be turned on and off because of the lever, and you put another block on top and another lever, and this block will turn off comparing to that lever below, and etc. And it goes all the way up to the top. So as you can see, if that turns off, then this is able to turn on, and that turns that redstone on. So yeah, this redstone torch is then powering the block on top, which is powering the redstone, and that is powering the lights, and you can just connect it to all the lights. And over here we have a different system if you don't want to use redstone because it might affect something else. Basically, it's the same thing, but if the torches don't work out, like this, basically if you have it going up and see this torch is off, I mean this lever is off, so, and you want this to become off, and you have a problem like this, you can simply just have one torch which is powering this block, then you can put another torch here, put a block on top, put another torch here, and you got it working when you put another block on top. So those are the lights that we're going to be doing, and we're also going to be doing a fireplace. So basically you do this and your fire gets ignited and you can just turn it off easily. And you connect it to the front of the house, so basically when you walk out, the fire turns off. Alright, so let's begin. I've basically got this nice little, very tiny house, and we're going to add in those redstone contraptions. Alright, so as if this would be the city power now. So let's just pretend that's the city power, and basically this is the city power, it's on right now. So there's basically going to be a lever right here, and that will be powering the house. So you bring that up, and basically the lever will be off. So we're going to pretend we put the piston here, and a block here, so then when this turns off, the piston will go back, and we are going to bring power from here around and put a repeater so that block, the power can go through that block if the power is on. So if the power is on, then if this would be on, the power would go through the block and it could be powering the house. So let's do that. Just put some redstone in here. Sorry, that's a little bit sloppy stuff. And we can bring it up to my other house part over here. Put a repeater just in case the power doesn't have enough to get here. So now we go back inside the house and I give myself a lever. You can see that lights are on, and in here lights are on. I don't think we need this anymore. Lights are off. Now we're just going to cover this up, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back and I have covered the top with some hop slabs. You may think it's a little bit fat up the top, but I'm sure you guys can work with it and do some tricks. So basically it's filled up and it only takes one block of height. and as much as you want to width. Alright, so we're going to go for the next one, and let's just test this out. So basically, lights turned on. Now, if the city power turns off, this is the city power, lights turn off. Let's go on. Oh, it's not working. Let me go check that. Okay, it wasn't working just because I put a block in the way of the redstone. Sorry, I'm not that whiz in redstone, but I do know some stuff. So, turns off, and city power turns on. Alright, next we're going to do the fireplace. Now, as you know, you just need a dispenser and a button. So, you simply understand that. Now, it only takes very minimal space. All you have to do is put a piston down there, a redstone, so it will work, and then a wooden or stone pressure plate, and it works fine. We get a fire charge, and we put that in. Fire's working on good, and it'll go out. And by the way, that piston, that pressure plate will stop the fire from spreading into the house, which is a very good thing. You just have to be wary about that. If that's flammable, then you're basically gonna die. Alright, so that's basically all my information with this first show. If you have any ideas for the next show, I'll be happy to do it. I do have some better ideas than what I just did because that was fairly short. But you might want to implement this on your server. I have done it on my server, and my server's pretty good because we have a nuclear power plant, and that's controlling every single thing in part of the city. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you at least like this video. Alright, see you in my next episode. Bye.